My name's John Taylor. I've been a police officer for just over 9 years. I have a wonderful wife. Been married for almost 4 years now. We have a wonderful son. He's 17 months old now. I wouldn't trade him for the world.
I don't know anything other than how to be a cop's wife. John was a police officer before I met him, and so it's always just been who he is, and I wouldn't know him any other way. From the very beginning, my wife has been extremely supportive, not only of my work, but of me in general. And it's not something for me where I had any family that was in it. It's not something I always wanted to be when I grew up. But I always had a desire to help other people. Before the incident, you know, on an average day, I wouldn't think about the dangers. Like I said, it's just what he does. I've never had one of those moments where the hairs on the back of your neck stand up and you think, oh, something bad's going to happen today. In order to be productive and be successful in this job and in your marriage and really with anything, you can't dwell on what might happen or what could happen. I guess I'm of the mentality, and luckily my wife is the same way, that when something happens, you deal with it, you tackle the issue at hand, and you pull together, I think is real important. You draw on your support systems, but at the same time, you can't walk through life afraid of living, really. I try to be very safety conscious when I stop the vehicles that I stop. And on this day, I happened to observe a violation. There were several, what I refer to as criminal indicators on the vehicle. I already observed before I stopped the vehicle. The passenger had the window cracked just about an inch. And I remember as soon as I walked up, she was fumbling through her glove box, for lack of a better term. And she asked me, she said, I guess you need to see the registration. And without having any realization that the driver had a gun, he shot at me 5 times. One of the rounds hit me in the neck. One struck me in my left wrist. One struck me square in the vest. And one actually went just under my vest. Luckily that day he decided to drive away just as quickly as he shot those 5 bullets. And I was able to use my left hand actually to try to stop the bleeding on my neck the best that I could, and use my right hand to call my portable radio for help. The foundation was there immediately. They were there the night that it happened as we were waiting for any kind of news. They were there as a support system for us. And especially as I was, I was more concerned about Johnny and what was going on in the room with him throughout his entire stay. They were there also to provide resources for my family. Anything that we needed or could possibly need, they thought of before we did. I wish you knew that when everybody else has gone back to living their lives like nothing had ever happened, the foundation doesn't forget about the officers, and they stay there to make sure that those officers are taken care of, and they don't have to worry about the stressors in their life outside of their healing process.